Talking about the physical dimensions of the Spice Fire 1, I can say that this is a pretty handy phone. You can easily hold this phone with one hand, you can use it with one hand. Weight of the phone is also very light, it does not feel heavy at all. And talking about the OS, we can see that this is how the lock screen will look like on the Firefox OS, which is running on this device. And on the lock screen itself, you have the option, this slider. If you slide this slider towards the right, you can unlock the phone and you can directly launch the camera from the lock screen by just dragging it over here. Again, one thing I can tell you is that on the lock screen, I do not see any option of getting notification directly on the lock screen, but we will confirm that once we use this phone more. We do have indication over there for the time and date, as you can see, and the SIM card status will also be displayed. You do have a status bar at the top which will show you the SIM card status for the SIM card 1 and SIM card 2. Right now there is no SIM card into this device, and we do have some unread message notification over there as well. We have the battery indicator over there which will give you the indication how much of battery is left. So let's first unlock the phone, and once you unlock the phone, this is how the home screen will look like. The home screen have icons for the camera, gallery, FM radio, settings, marketplace. Marketplace is where you can actually go ahead and buy application for this phone, and again most of the applications are again free. Nothing paid as of now is there on this store. Again, Firefox OS is fairly new to India, so they have not actually given any paid application, so everything comes for free as of now for some months at least. You do have calendar application, clock application, a data usage application which will tell you how much of data you have used on your 2G pack. Again, this device supports 2G connectivity only. You have email client as well, in which you can configure Outlook. You can also configure Gmail account as well. You have music player over there, video player, YouTube application which is an internet related application. So there are applications in two ways on this phone. Either it will require internet connectivity or it will not require internet connectivity. So applications like YouTube and Facebook will work with the help of internet connectivity, but if you have actually configured them and have used them once, it will also cache some data. So again, touch on this device is not very smooth, this is something I can say, and the moment you tap on it, it will open that application and it will lift the cache data. So again, right now this device is not connected to internet, but it has cached the kind of news feed which I have actually loaded when I was connected to internet. So I can see these posts from Facebook without even to load them or without even getting connected to internet. But again, if I click any link, for example, if I want to see this photo, it will not let me do that because it will require internet connection. So this is how it will fetch the data as well, and this is something which we can confirm now. You have Connect A2 which will work as a replacement for WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not available as of now. Again, this application allows you to connect to your friends who are using WhatsApp. You have a Connect A2 trial and WhatsApp Net is experimental. So once you check both of these options and you register yourself with your phone number, you will be able to actually use WhatsApp on this device using this application. So taking a look over the phone, let's take a look over the notification center. So this is how the notification center will look like. As you can see, you have an update over there. So if you tap on this, you will get update for different applications. So in case you are installing some application, you will be able to see the update over there directly on the notification screen. So I will do it later. And taking a look over the notification screen, we do have toggles over here for the Wi-Fi. For data connectivity, you can stop and start the data connectivity by tapping over there. You have Bluetooth toggle over there, you have airplane toggle as well, and you can go to settings directly from here. So the moment you tap on it, it will take you to settings. One thing I can say is that again, this is a TFT display which we have on this device, which is slightly better than the one which we have seen on Intex Cloud FX. But again, this display will not give you great viewing angles. You won't be able to see the display from different viewing angles. As you can see from this angle, you cannot read what is there on the display, but again from this angle you can do that, and from this angle it is again faded out. So this is a TFT display, so in terms of wide viewing angles, don't expect much. This is how the settings UI look like. Again, the complete UI which is running on this device is kind of fluid and simple to be used. It is very easy to understand. It does not confuse you. So once you go to settings, you will see direct shortcuts to different things like do not track first of all. And let me just start from the bottom. So you have the option over here to improve Firefox OS. So in case you would like to send feedback, you can actually send it from here. In case you would like to come back from any of the options, don't press this button because this will take you to the home screen. You have to press this arrow which is normally displayed so that you can come back. You do have battery indication over there. which is the current battery level which is being indicated. And again, you can actually enable power saving mode as well on this device. So in terms of software, one thing I can say is that this phone and the Intex Cloud FX is same. There is no difference. And in terms of hardware as well, it is the same hardware which we have on this one as well as on that one. The only difference you will see is going to be the front camera on this one, and also some other features which are better on this one, which we already told you. Some of the key things which you are getting better, especially by paying 300 rupees extra on this phone. You get front camera, you get a silicone pouch inside the package, you also get a bigger battery, and you also get some other things which we pointed out. So we have power saving mode over there, and you can actually turn this thing automatically whenever the battery is 15%, 25% or 5%, or never as well, you can specify. Once we come out from the battery, we can have device information. So again, the model number is device, this device is Spice MI-FX1. This is the software which is running on this device, but the version number, again, I think the software update will be issued from Spice, but I would have liked if they were issued from Firefox. You might be able to get some software updates as well, so you can check for updates for this particular device. As of now, Firefox is not planning to push more updates on this one, but in future you can expect that. When we talk about media storage, we do have media storage over there. This is the media storage which is there on the SD card which is inserted. So we have 4 GB of internal SD card, external SD card which is inserted, and approximately 3.5 GB is available. When it comes to the application storage on this device, the internal storage of this device is 128 GB, and you you will get around 256 MB of RAM. So out of 256 MB of RAM, how much of that is available is something we will try to find. But when it comes to the storage, you get only around, you can say, 62 plus 10, 72 MB of 72.8 MB of storage is going to be available to the user, and out of which approximately 10 MB is being used because I've also downloaded a game which is Cut the Rope for 3.8 MB, and again, games are going to be heavy on this device, whereas other applications which you download from the marketplace on this phone, they will be slightly less in terms of the size. They will be only in KB, will be less than 1 MB most of the time, so they won't take much of a space on this device. But in case you download some games, you will be only able to get a limited storage on this device, so don't download too much heavy games. You will be able to see the size before downloading any game, but as of now, this is something I can say. Available amount of storage out of 128 MB is going to be 62.2 MB as of now on this device. However, you will get around 72.8 MB. And once we come out, you have the USB storage option over there. So once you enable this option, you can actually connect this phone to a PC so that you can transfer data from the PC to the phone or from the phone to the PC, and this is how it will work. Make sure you enable this option before you connect your phone, or once you connect it, enable this option. We do have do not track over there as well. Under do not track, you can see that we have the option of do not tell the website and apps that anything about my tracking preferences. So in this case, if you have this option checked, which is going to be by default, no apps on this phone will be able to collect the data as per which website you have visited and what you are doing on the phone. As far as app permissions are concerned, here we have some app permissions, so you can actually specify which app should do what, and you can uninstall from here. And this is where you will see all the applications which are installed on this phone, so you can uninstall them. And again, the default application which will come pre-installed, you do not have the option of uninstalling them, but the other application which you install on your own, you can always uninstall them. You do have a flashlight application as well on the Play Store on this particular device on the store, where you can actually go ahead and download the flashlight application so that you can use the flashlight at the back as a torch. So let's come back and take a look over the screen lock. On the screen lock itself, we have the locking mechanism which you can enable. You can also enable a passcode lock as well. You can have a password. When it comes to the keyboard, the keyboard which is going to be the built-in keyboard on this device, you cannot change the keyboard, but you can disable the vibration in case you don't want vibration to happen when you type on this device. So vibration can be disabled once you tap over here, and you can actually have different languages supported. So for adding more keyboards, the only thing you can do is you can add different languages. You can always type in Hindi as well. So now we have selected Hindi as an option, so we will be able to type in Hindi language on the keyboard on this device. This is something which is pretty good. Again, when we talk about vibration, you can disable vibration from here, and for this you just need to uncheck this option. And let me just come back and show you other things. So apart from the keyboard things, we do have the language option over there, and as of now English is selected from US. I think we should be able to change it to Hindi as well. So we can change it to Hindi, and again the complete interface of the phone will become Hindi, which is really good. Especially it does support Indian languages like Hindi, Tamil, and I don't know this one, what language is this, but it does support these languages, which is really good. And the interface also changes as per the language which you select. You do have date and time settings as well over there. As you can see, you can set the date and time, and you can set your region as well in case you would like to set that. You do have notification option over there, so notification by default will display on the lock screen, and again once you check this option they will get displayed. It is by default checked, and in case you don't want them to display over there, you can always uncheck this. You also have the option of sharing internet on this device. Under internet sharing, you can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot on this device, and these are the password which will be by default, and this is the security. You can select in between different securities. You can also do USB tethering as well on this device. So once you connect this phone to your PC, you can actually share the internet in that way as well. Again, this device in terms of connectivity does allow you to do 2G connectivity only. So edge connection is supported, 3G is not supported, but still they have given the option of sharing the internet from the SIM card. Now this is how the marketplace for the Firefox phone will look like. You have ESPN Cricinfo, which is quite a popular app you can download, and then you have some games which will be listed over here. You have Pac-Man game, you have Penguin Pop. Cut the Rope is something which we have already installed and has got a good rating, and it is the official app. We do have a lot of other games as well which you can go ahead and download on this phone. Again, on this phone you will not have very high quality or high definition games. You can get basic games with different kind of functionality, so you can have different kind of games like card games, some puzzle games, but again they are good enough to be played on this device without any issues, and we have played a couple of them. As far as tools connectivity is concerned, we do have some extra application which will give you kind of utilization of what you have on this phone. You can actually use the flashlight on this device as a torch. You have a piano in which you can actually use piano. You can also install file manager so that you can browse across the contents which we have, especially in case you would like to browse the files which are there on the phone or on your SD card. You can do that with the help of the file manager. You can just tap on any of the application and then install it. It will give you the application size as well and the location where it will go and from where actually it will run when it comes to getting data. So you just need to tap on install, and then it will take some time to install it. It will keep on installing that application in the background. You can do other things as well while that application is getting installed. So you have all other application which includes an interactive Firefox logo as well which you can download. You can download a calculator. You can also download a QR scanner in which you can actually use the camera on this device for scanning QR codes. So this is how you can actually install application. You can go ahead and get to know about more applications. Let's take a look on what other application which we have. So apart from this, we do have a calendar over there which can sync to your Google account, and it will fetch all the appointments and meetings which you might have in your calendar. So it will lift that over there, and you just need to swipe it like this so to change the months. So this is how you can actually change the month. You can go to the view, you can go to the day view, you can go to today's view as well on this device. So all this is possible, and you can always go ahead and take a look over the calendar. The calendar is going to be an offline thing. So once you have downloaded, once you have synced it, it will download all the events offline. So you don't need to be connected to internet in order to check your calendar. You can actually give you a sync time of 15 minutes for events as well. 5 minutes before the reminder will actually occur for any event, or all day events they can also be specified over there. So this is how the calendar application can work. When we go into settings, I think we will be able to specify what account. So again, you can do that by just tapping over here. You can sync your calendar from a Google account, from a Yahoo account, or you can do it with calendar as well. That means Exchange accounts are also supported when it comes to calendars. And then we have clock application over there, which is a regular clock application which will not display any time as in the form of icon, but over here you can see the clock. You can actually set an alarm, you can have a timer over there, and you do have stopwatch as well on this device, which is good. We do have an email client as well, and before we show that, let me just show you the data usage monitor. So this is the data usage monitor. You need to insert a SIM card, and once you insert a SIM card and start using internet on that, it will actually count all the internet data, especially it will count the bytes downloaded and also the bytes uploaded, so that you can get to know how much of data you have used on your 2G pack when you use this phone. When it comes to email connectivity, we have this email application, and when it comes to doing a manual setup, you can actually add different accounts on this device with these manual settings. You can also add a Google account on this device without any issues. You just need to type your name, your email ID and the password, and you can set up a Google account on this one. We do have music player as well on this device. This is how it will look like. It will give you the thumbnail of all the music thing which you have on the device. Again, this application as of now is getting crashed at times, but again it will work after a couple of tries. Again, the application is not yet ready, I guess. Anyways, we will go ahead and take a look over the application. Once we tap over here, we can actually play this music for you, and again the touch response is not that great on this device. So you have just tapped on it and the music starts playing. The loudspeaker on this device is fairly loud for this price. Again, it is not too loud. It is at the back, so in case you place it like this on a table, the sound will get muffled, but it will not get blocked, and this is how the sound will be. So again, you can go back from this arrow and you can play the music. You can see what all albums you have. You can have categorization of the music as well, as per the artist, as per the albums, as per the songs which you have, and you can also have a playlist over there. This is how the YouTube application will look like on this device. It has loaded m.youtube.com, and it has displayed that application or this particular web page in such a way that you can actually see that the interface does give you options of what to watch, and you can tap over here to bring more options so that you can sign in. And you also have Facebook application, which we already configured. So again, Facebook application will again take you to m.facebook.com, and the moment you load this application, it will download some data and then it will give you all this. So this is how it will show you the news feed. So you can go ahead and comment on any of the news feed. You can actually go through the complete news feed. You can have more updates as well. You can make an update. Now when it comes to the phone dialer, this is how the phone dialer will look like. As you can see, you do have the option of dialing a number, although I can notice slight amount of lag as of now. You can add any number as a contact. This is how the contact will appear. You have the option of sorting them alphabetically. You can go across complete list by just swiping over here, and you can add any other contact as well. You can do the syncing of your contacts from Google account. So you just need to go into settings, and then you can import contacts from Gmail, from memory card, or from Outlook. So you can sync your contacts from a Gmail account. All this is something which you can do. You can also sync your contacts from Facebook as well on this device. This is how the Firefox browser will look like on this device. Let me just try loading any website. For example, let me just load yahoo.com, and let's see how does it load. So again, it will render the page within some seconds, and then it will load any website which you would like to see loaded into the browser. The browser is pretty good to use. There is no issue as such, but it does take time to download some websites which are kind of heavy. So as you can see, it is loading yahoo.com, and it is loading the Indian version of it. Again, this is a pretty heavy website which we have loaded on this device. And when it comes to the browser is working. However, it is not very smooth when it comes to kinetic scrolling. It does take slight amount of time. As you can see, the touch response is not that great when you scroll web pages on this device, and this is something which will happen. You can see it is not taking the touch screen response, so it is not detecting my finger touch as of now. Again, this will happen, but when it comes to loading the website has been loaded pretty nicely. without any issues. It is good enough phone to hold in one hand. It does not feel very heavy. In terms of the thickness, it is again not a very thin phone. It is slightly thick, approximately 1 centimeter it is in terms of the thickness. We have 1.3 megapixel fixed focus camera at the back, LED flash, and then we have connectivity for the micro port for data syncing and charging, 3.5mm audio jack. On this side we have the power and sleep key, and on this side, taking a look over the phone, on the software side it is running the Firefox OS, and again the icons and everything make it look like a smartphone OS, and it is to an extent. Let's take a look deeply onto it. First of all, we will show you the notification